That'll come in handy.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Project Zoo. I am about to get my ass kicked, which is pretty much what I spend most of this video doing. A lot of being confused and dumb and fucking up a lot in this one. Which is why, as you will notice, it is heavily edited, and I am only now realizing, or just now seeing a coin, a medal, in the corner over there, and I am hoping that I get it after I beat these guys, because if I just forgot to pick that up, then that was a big oversight on my part. Anyway, I know how to beat these fire boys. I'm just very bad at it, and once again, I don't want to be too negative or, like, blaming the game for my own lack of skill at it this first time around. Yeah, I just fully did not pick up that coin. Alright, good job, me. Well, that's one to get on the way back. Anyway, now we can finally get this soup machine going, which will somehow create a gun. I guess he, like, uses the parts from the thing to make the gun. It makes about as much sense as anything else, it's fine. Yeah, that was kind of where I was lost at the end of the last video on how to proceed. And so, but I knew that there was one room, that one room over there, that you saw me go in at the start with the big boomer boys. I knew that I had not gone in there, so I figured I need one more tool to do the thing, so it's probably in there, and that was true. So anyway, yeah, now we have the vegetable gun, which is, of course, on the last thing that I fucking try in the wheel. And yeah, it shoots big. It can do things. And here is the piano from Big, and I somehow managed every single time to not really pay attention to what order the keys were in, and also fuck up and step on a bunch of other keys. I definitely fucked this up. I don't know, I guess it's just very, very forgiving. I don't know, but I don't know how I ended up doing this. Because I thought it would, like, reset, and it wouldn't. It would just, like, go to the next one, and you have to step on the next one. And I was, like, confused. I was, like, trying to reset it, because I just was like, no, just fucking start over. Like, here, I'm just running across the entire thing. And yeah, I guess it just lets you go, like, it just tells you which one to do, and it's just a matter of pressing them and not really actually remembering the order. Which is good for me, because again, for somehow, even after all of this, with this last bit here, I completely missed this. I just, for whatever reason, wasn't looking at the screen, or, like, just wasn't registering what it was, and I was almost certain that I got this wrong, but it worked, so I guess not. So, hey, I'm not gonna question something that makes me win the game. Don't care. And I really should learn at this point that anytime there's a barrel in this game that you can't destroy, it's because a bunch of bullshit's about to pop out of them, like this.
Mind yourself, Gromit.
But yeah, as I said, I don't want to be too blaming of the game for my own lack of skill at it the first time playing it, but, like, I don't know, something about there's a little delay between. I really liked watching this penguin fuck up Wallace, it's very funny. I like how he's just completely defenseless, doesn't even try anything. Like, hey, you could get a gun, you know? Anyway, but yeah, even when I, like, know how to do stuff, there's, like, a little bit of a delay in the controls, it seems. I don't know if maybe that's an emulation thing or what, but it can make, you know, timing your attacks and jumps around these enemies a little bit tough, and, like, kind of fucks up my reaction time. And especially with these guys. Also hitboxes, and like, I've already talked about the spacing, which I think is mostly due to the lack of, for one thing, the camera swinging around all the time. That I've already complained about that before, and that throws me off in certain spots. But I think it's just a lack of a shadow underneath Gromit that like stays under him all the time, like in a lot of other platforming games. And you know, that's one of those things where it's kind of a, you know, small and subtle detail that most people probably wouldn't even think about, including me. But just when it was pointed out to me, I was like, yeah, I guess that is a big part of it. And wouldn't have really thought, but that is kind of how you know where things are. But I'm also going to blame a lot of shitty camera angles that you get in this game for that. So yeah, but I'm also bad at the game, fully admit that. Not saying that this game is bad or whatever. I do like playing it, just some parts are frustrating because it's a mixture of me being bad and sometimes the camera being bad and maybe a delay with the controls and also the lack of shadow and all that jazz. But for the most part, it's all good in the hood. And I believe you are supposed to do what I try in just a second here and shoot that target to bring the coin down, but you don't have to do that. You can just get it. There's another one coming up in a little while in the next room, which is where we're going to be spending the bulk of this video. There's another one that I also feel like you're probably meant to do a more involved set of things to get it, and I didn't. I did the same thing there where I just did a flicky jump and rubbed up against it. Can you move out of the fucking way so I can pull the lever, you bastard? I love beating the shit out of Wallace. I've fully glommed onto that as a source of entertainment. I like saying glommed onto things. It makes me feel like I'm a ditto, and I'm like enveloping, like I'm a giant pile of bubblegum, and I have engulfed someone. I also really like that shot of Wallace standing as the gate closes. Wallace just standing in any scenario in this game is very funny to me. But yeah, I love beating him up. It's very fun. Especially when I'm doing shitty at the game and having to do something over and over again. And then I just, you know, I've fallen 50 feet and then I'm running back to where I need to do. As I did many times in this video. You're not going to be subjected to watch all of it. But yeah, and then, you know, I just see Wallace's stupid fucking face run toward me and say, like, come on, Gromit! And, like, just generally be useless because he can't fucking fight or jump or do anything. And so you're just kind of, like, leading him around. Or sometimes I'm trying to do something and Wallace is actively in my way. Like, he's following and I'm like, give me my fucking space, bro. Like, I'm trying to do the actual fucking video game while you stand there for 8 hours and wait for me to, you know, press a button so that you can move up off of ground level. You fucking piece of shit. This game very much puts you in the perspective of the character Gromit, because I don't know if this is a thing throughout all Wallace and Gromit stuff, because I haven't revisited the shorts or anything in a long time, but having rewatched Were-Rabbit recently, a lot of my favorite moments, in like little subtle moments in the film, are for one thing, Gromit as a character obviously is the protagonist and crux of the movie, and also just his body language and facial expressions, managing to be very expressive without a mouth, which is very fun. I also recently rewatched Wall-E, and that character has a similar quality of having no mouth, and just by means of eyes and how their body moves you get a very distinct idea of a personality and emotion. Anyway, but a lot of my favorite moments in that movie are the parts where Gromit is like over Wallace's shit, where Wallace is being like, either he's being horny for Lady Tiddington, or he's you know, just being a little nerd ass, or like making a dumb joke, or being fucking stupid and shoving a bunny into his brain. Gromit just has these little asides that are like, this fucking guy, that like, I'm the dog in this relationship, and this motherfucker's making me look like a genius, because, I mean, he is Gromit. Not when controlled by me, though, but that's the magic of video games. You get to become a character and also make it your own. In this case, I become Gromit in that I become annoyed with Wallace at all times, but I also change Gromit fundamentally because I'm incompetent and I don't know what I'm doing. Also, I tried for many moons to get that coin. I did eventually get it, and now that I'm thinking about it, I think I might have accidentally cut out the part where I actually get it, because I did everything. I didn't do anything in any sort of like order or whatever, because I didn't know what I'm supposed to be doing most of the time here. So I was just kind of like running around trying stuff that didn't work, and then eventually for whatever reason, like something would click in my brain and I would figure out what I'm actually supposed to do in one section or another, and I would just do it and go from there. Also, I'm just realizing that coin down there. What the fuck is that? Oh man, I missed so much shit in this one. I thought I actually did pretty well in this level. At least, I mean, not mentioning how how much time I used on it, but whatever. Also, I know now. I do it later. I know that you can like permanently disable the poop throwing machine. I know they're throwing like pie or porridge or whatever, but I'm calling it poop. The machines. I like the fascist penguin poster. I know you can disable them permanently with the fucking vegetable gun. I didn't know that at the time. I was using old school gun sense. You know, I was just thinking that you still just had to gum up the works, and becoming more and more flabbergasted because I was like that you don't have enough time to do anything in the time that it keeps the machine gummed up. And yeah, I die about like 60 times doing this. I feel like if I did this level again, knowing now like what I need to do, and hopefully by the time I've played through the game all the way through once, hopefully improving a little bit in terms of my, catering my reaction time and playing to this game's particular feel. Because that's really about it, I suppose. It doesn't necessarily have to be a flaw with the game, it's just how the game feels, and I haven't gotten fully accustomed to it yet. I think if I did this level again, I would probably be able to get through it without dying, but with this point, I was just like, I'm just gonna blast through, do what I know that I can, and I know that not all of the enemies are gonna reload every time I die, so just, yeah. It's very nice that the machines don't become re-enabled after you die. That's very nice of them. Sorry for the silence just now. I took a big water break and just generally a break from talking. I'm trying to, I hate using this word, but I'm trying to normalize that, just not speaking for a little while during LPs. I mean, I usually try to do the opposite. I try to, you know, fill every moment with as much of my voice as I can, because I figure, like, otherwise it's just me being shitty at a game, and who wants to watch that? I mean, probably someone. But, you know, sometimes just let the game go. It's not, I don't have anything to say, so why bother saying anything? Especially when I'm streaming. It's more so when I'm streaming or doing live commentary that I try to practice that. I'm not very good at it, but I try to practice that. Because with post commentary I usually come more prepared. It's kind of the whole point. But with live commentary in a video or streaming, like, there's more of a... Luckily, with streaming, I usually have other people on the stream, and you can also talk to the chat. But with a video, with live commentary, there's like an impulse to, you know, fill every minute with commentary, even if it's just me groaning or swearing or just generally, or like singing or just generally. But I want to try to just get into the mindset where I don't feel the need to do that, and instead I just kind of let things go. A lot of the times I wish I was someone who was more selective with their words and just didn't talk as much. Like, I want to talk less, but, like, my words mean more and I've put more thought into them. I want to think more than I talk, essentially. But I am so... I have a real, like, I need to be able to explain something to someone to understand it fully myself. Like, I need to get a second opinion, essentially. Not even a second opinion. I just need to, like, engage the things I think about with other people before I can, like, feel confident about any of it. I don't know how else to say it, really. But that is something that I would like to be at some point. You know, don't feel the need to talk as much, and the things I say, talk less, say more, essentially. Also, here's a bonus level which looks fucking bonkers. And I'm saying looks because I didn't even a little bit finish this. I'm basically just showing this little thing here and up to my first death, just to show that I know about this bonus level. I was just kind of wandering around for a long time and decided to smash the thing and then found it. It's not really what I was looking for. But yeah, I didn't really feel like dealing with it right now. I may go back and play the bonus level. I know I've missed several. I'll probably, if I do what I've been saying I'm going to do, and like go back at some point, like after the end of the game, and go back and get stuff I missed, then I am going to do these bonus levels, I guess, but this one seems like a pain in the ass. Or at the very least, it involves more, like, timing and skill than I have at the moment. I feel like if I had played the other bonus levels, maybe there would have been, like, more build-up, and I would have felt more prepared to do it, but I was just, like, I gave it a few shots, that first part. I got to, like, the third or fourth platform after a while, and then I was like, I don't want to fucking do that. I just want to finish the actual level like I was trying to do. And eventually, yeah, I just went through the whole place again and came back here and realized, oh yeah, there's these big things. I bet that is what makes those platforms that aren't platforms outside of here be platforms. And wouldn't you know it, that is exactly the case. And also, yeah, that's probably how you're supposed to get that coin, but I did it, I said, fuck it, let's be legends, and I did it that way instead.
Gromit!
Another example of Wallace just being somewhere, being funny. I'm gonna make a Twitter account called Wallace Doing Things. Related to what I was saying a minute ago about having silence in LPs, there were two things that I sort of set aside for myself to talk about, because I knew this was going to be a little bit of a longer video, because yeah, I guess I should say, this is probably going to be the only video on this channel this week. There will be some cool videos on my main channel this Christmas week and right after, but basically, tomorrow, I'm recording this and uploading it on Tuesday. Tomorrow, right after I get off of work, me and Liv are going to her parents' house, and we're staying there until either Saturday or Sunday after Christmas. So, I am not going to be in Computer Town, and my plan originally was to record 4 videos for this week so that I could get myself up to part 12, and probably get close to the end of the game at that point, but I did not have enough time. I have a lot of other stuff going on, had long days at work the last several days, and, you know, I was just, sometimes don't feel like fucking playing Wallace and Gromit. I want to do something else, so I didn't do it. And I got to the end of this level, and by the end of it I was like, okay, if I cut out all the bullshit, the many minutes of bullshit, then this will probably be one longer-ish video. And I hope that will be sufficient. And I'm also planning on, if you're watching this the day it's being uploaded, I'm planning on doing a big long stream tonight, before I head off. Probably around like 7:30 or 8 Eastern Time. This will matter to about 6 people who are watching this before that happens, but there you go. And maybe I'll upload either highlights of that or the whole thing on the channel, but if I want to edit it, then I'd have to be back here, so that would not happen until Sunday at the earliest. But I will have a video on the main channel for A to C, so hopefully that'll be nice. But, you know, I hope everyone has a good Christmas if you're a Christmas person. And that you're just having a decent holiday season in general, even though you, if you're in America, you probably can't spend it with your family, depending on your situation. I can't. This will be the first Christmas of my life that I do not spend at my parents' house in Maryland, and I'm a little saddened by it. I am excited to spend Christmas with Liv for the first time, and just I'm grateful that I am close with Liv's family, and you know, have become a big part of Liv's family, and have spent a lot of time with them, and have specifically spent a lot of time with them right around the time the pandemic hit. So we go there like every other weekend, so where we can see them and it's not dangerous for any of us, so that you know, it's nice to have a family to spend Christmas with, to have a family Christmas. That's certainly better than just sitting and stewing in my apartment, either by myself or with Liv. But obviously, like, my family is my family. Definitely wish that I could see them, because I haven't seen them in a long time, but nothing I can really do about that, because the government is the way it is. I don't need to fucking tell you. You know what's going on. I don't need to fucking talk about it. But anyway, my original thing that I was gonna say regarding just, you know, on the subject of my Let's Plays and the way I do and want to do Let's Plays, one thing that I've been thinking about is sometime next year, I would really like to try some LP series that are a little less, for lack of a better term, conventional, at least for the way that I do them. And I don't, excuse me, I don't really know how to explain what I'm thinking of when I say that. But just in general, that they would be, games that I would treat them as a regular Let's Play series, but they aren't games that have that don't necessarily end. You can't necessarily complete them, and I would just do some slightly more, I don't want to say experimental, because I don't want to say that it's experimental like for the Let's Play genre, but just for my own Let's Plays. More experimental stuff with the commentary. You know, in terms of, like, it not being so conversational and like it is right now, but more, like, maybe even scripted. It's more about maybe mood. I don't really want to get into specifics because I haven't, like, I don't know if I'm going to do any of the specific games that I might think of. But, I don't know. Just, I want to try some different kinds of stuff in the next year. And just see if people like it, and I'm just gonna leave it there for now. But I do like doing LPs this way, and I don't really care that much about size of audience, as long as I have an audience, like anybody watches and enjoys my videos, and I know people do, so it's fine. And I think it's interesting that several people who watch my LPs are people who, like me, don't really watch LPs anymore, and like my stuff precisely because it's like older LP, like late 2000s, early 2010s Let's Plays, where you know, the commentary is a little less brash and loud, essentially, and more conversational, you know, and it's not really like a walkthrough or super professional, but just it's a guy who has like a personality or even just a voice that you like, talking about whatever they want, and while playing a game that they like or don't like. And you get to watch the video game happen, and you get to just listen to the guy and chill out for a little while, and you know, keep things pretty low key. And hopefully they're like funny or interesting or whatever. And I like that I can be that for people, because that's exactly what I try to be, and because I like the old modes of internet stuff generally, and I'm glad that I can be a nice, sort of nostalgic comfort for people. Anyway, with that, I'm going to let this cutscene take us out, and have a good holiday, everybody. I'll see you next time.
Oi, I say, hey, look sharp, Gromit. The prisoner's revolting.